Hello everyone, today I have the new structure deck for Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure Deck Sacred Beasts. This is probably the most exciting, well, one of the most exciting products for Yu-Gi-Oh! This year that I have managed to get a hold of. So, yeah, let's just start. I got 3 of them, but for this we'll just be opening one. This is a pretty nice box, so I don't want to damage it too bad. Oh well, if this one gets damaged. Oh well, I've got 2 more. I can open that one more gently. Just like for Vanguard, we get a playmat. And this playmat looks very cool. Again, because of the setup, I can't really show it off all that well, but it looks nice. Alright, and removing that. And then getting the plastic off the cards. Alright. We've got Raphael, Lord of Phantasms, Shimmering Scrapper. He's one of the new cards, can't be normal summoned / set, must be special summoned from your hand by attributing 3 monsters. You can only use each effect of the following effects of Raphael, Lord of Phantasms, his name, once per turn. Quick effect, you can discard this card and target 1 Raphael, Lord of Phantasms, the original one, you control for the rest of this turn. Its stack becomes doubled, and it can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. And then if it is in the graveyard, you contribute 1 card, add this to your hand. Then we've got the classic Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, the classic Haman, and the classic Raphael, and Armatile, the Chaos Phantasm, which is their fused version. And then this is another one of the new cards, Cerulean Skyfire. It is a continuous spell card which helps you get Haman out easier, and also has some of the effects Haman had in the show, and it's his attack name in the show. So to special summon Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, using its own procedure, you can also... Procedure, that's a new word in Yu-Gi-Oh! You can also use face-down spells you control, which was his summoning conditions in the show. You could use any spells you want. Once per turn, if you control an attack position, Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, you can negate any spell or trap that is activated by your opponent. Then change Haman to defense. If a face-up Uriah, Haman, or Raphael you control leaves the field, you take no damage that turn. And then Hyperblaze. This is essentially the counterpart to this card for Uriah. To special summon Uriah using its own procedure, you can also use face-down traps you control. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving your Uriah, you can send 1 trap from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Its attack and defense becomes the number of face-up traps on the field, and in the graveyard's time is 1,000 for the rest of that turn. Once per turn, you can discard a card, add to your hand, or special summon Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, or Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, or Raphael, Lord of Phantasms. Then Dimension Fusion Destruction. This is their Miracle Fusion. You can banish from your hand, field, or graveyard the fusion materials for a Phantasm fusion monster, that being Armatile or Phantasm Emperor Triage. He's in the deck, but he's way at the end. And he's not ultra rare in this, he's common. So, and then you can only use this card or effect. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. So it's basically Miracle Fusion mixed with Super Polymerization. Chaos Core. It's alright. It's another one of the new ones. When either player activates a card or effect that targets this card, or your opponent's monster targets it for an attack, you can send up to one each of Uriah, Haman, and Raphael from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, place one phantasm counter on this card for each sent to the graveyard, and if you do place at least one, you take no damage this turn. You can only use a... This card would be destroyed. He's meh. I mean, you can probably play one of him maybe and get away with it. Dark Beckoning Beast. This is one of the new good ones. It is a search card for the deck. You can, when this is normal summon, you can add Uriah, Haman, or Raphael, or one card that specifically lists it in its text from your deck to your hand, except itself. And then you can normal summon one fiend with 0 attack and defense in addition to your normal summon / set that turn. Then Chaos Summoning Beast. You can tribute this card, special summon one Uriah, Haman, or Raphael from your hand, ignoring summoning conditions. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add one Fallen Paradise from your deck to your hand. And you can only use once per turn. Dark Summoning Beast. This is one of the older cards along with Fallen Paradise that came out a few years ago. You can tribute this card, special summon Uriah, Haman, or Raphael from your hand or deck, ignoring summoning condition. Also, monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of the turn. You only use the effect once per turn, and then you can banish it, add Uriah, Haman, Raphael from your deck to your hand. Phantom of Chaos, Phantom Sky Blaster, Mad Reloader, Grave Squirmer, Rainbow Dark Dragon. This, Grave Squirmer, Mad Reloader, and Phantom Sky Blaster are some, along with Phantom of Chaos, are some references to cards used in the deck in the show. They're not really specific to the deck, but they were used. Tragodia, Radion, that's a pretty good reprint that people were excited for in this. Chaos Hunter, another one. Puppet Master, that's meh. Stygian Street Patrol, that was used in the old version of this deck. Farfa, some people will probably be happy with that. The Fabled Cerebral, and Danger Chupacabra, that's probably going to be a reprint people want as well. Opening of the Spirit Gates. When this card is activated, add Uriah, Haman, or Raphael, or one card that specifically lists it in its text from deck to hand. Once per turn, you can discard one card. Special summon one fiend with 0 attack and defense from your graveyard. Once per turn, if you control a level 10 monster, you can add one continuous spell from your graveyard to your hand. Fallen Paradise, that's the field spell. Phantasmal Martyrs, this creates tokens. Spell Chronicle, this card is also a reference to a card used in the deck in the show. Terraforming to get your field spell. Set Rotation, Mound of the Bound Creator, that's more for the Egyptian god cards, but it's in here since they're level 10s. 1 for 1, the beginning of the end, that's another good reprint. Owner's Seal, I'm not sure why this is in here. Pot of Desires, Field Barrier, Swords of Concealing Light, MST, Awakening of the Sacred Beasts. This card gains these effects based on the number of Uriah, Haman, or Raphael you have, with different names you control. 1. Each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster, gain life points equal to that monster. 2. Negate the activated effects of monsters your opponent controls. And 3. Any monsters sent to your opponent's graveyard are banished instead, and then its regular effect once per turn. If you control a level 10 monster, you can add a continuous trap from your graveyard to your hand. Escape from the Dark Dimension. Shape Sister, I believe. Imperial Custom. Mistake. Dark Factory of More Productions. Phantasm Emperor Triog, which I showed earlier, and then Phantasmal Martyr tokens and Phantasm tokens, and a few Duel Links tokens as well. And then that should be it for this. Goodbye.